Wouldn't it benefit any team to as quickly as possible say, that's our starter, I'm sorry, you know, we can, it sounds good.
Yeah.
A little like PR sometimes.
Yeah.
But we know who we're, you know, let's get to that right now.
Right.
Instead of, hey, let's split the reps and it's a true competition. Like,
right.
I know that sounds great, but is it really the best interest of the team and what you're gonna do in September, which is what this is really about?
Yeah, I think philosophically, for me, coming from Seattle, best guy gets the job. So you saw it happen last year, firsthand. It was Geno Smith, it was Drew Lock, and it was a true competition. And you got a guy who hadn't played in a long time. You got a guy who had some pretty bad experiences in the recent past with Drew. And so for me, it's a win-win when you create a competition. Here's why. If you name a starter today, the backup guy starts thinking like a backup, okay? But if you say, this is a competition, we're gonna allow us to go into the preseason, let them show us they can manage to get us into the right play, they can take care of the ball, that's gonna be the determining factor, really, is who takes care of the ball. And then the bonus is, now who pushes it down the field? You know, but if we can play great defense, run and take care of the ball, we're gonna be a great team. So the guy who can show that is going to win the job. And so for me, what I end up getting out of Drew and Geno is two guys who had to mentally put themselves in a place where I'm going to be the starter this year. They trained that way all the way through the last game in the preseason. We're in Dallas, and Drew's playing for his job. Geno's playing for his job. They both know that. Game one, I got a starter in Geno, and I got a backup who's been thinking he's a starter for 6 months. Whoever won the job was going to be our starter, but the other guy was going to bring so much more value and confidence to our room. And it was that, so that kind of has been our philosophy, and I would like to take it as far as I can. But of course, the head coach, the general manager, we're going to all have discussions, you know, and they'll, like I told Jason early on, I said, I will coach the crap out of whoever you give me and whoever we decide to, but I'll have them both ready.
But one guy has played a whole hell of a lot more than the other.
Yeah.
Attempted 4 passes, and the people in this building should know him pretty well by now. So it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's a big variance in terms of like who they are and what they've accomplished.
Yeah, you know, I think circumstantially, you know, if Kyle would have had more opportunities, you know, I'd love to see what would have happened with those. So, I don't think we need to rush to make any decisions, in my opinion. Wait as long as you can, as long as possible. Our offense and defense, they don't need us to name a starter. Trust me. We got studs up front on the offensive line, veteran presence. We got veteran presence at the wide receiver position. We got a really good group of backs there. So, and the defense is fantastic in the way we're building it, even with the draft. This is not a team that's like, we gotta know who this starter is going to be so that we can move forward and figure out who we're going to be. I don't think so. You know, I think the way that we're going to play it, I'll have both guys ready to be really, really successful and efficient in what we're doing.